Hello students, today we'll start HTML. So before we begin, uh, I'd like to tell you about it. What is HTML? So HTML is a markup language, a kind of programming language, a kind of scripting language. Using this language, we make web pages. Web pages means what? One of the web pages just in front of you. Look, this W3 school and all. This is a web page. Now you can see various things are there, like this icon is there, this home button is there, HTML. These things are written here. This text is written here. This point by point, these things are written there. So through HTML, we decide that how the web page is going to look like, how the things are going to be presented there, how diagrams will look, how the contents will be, how topics will be presented. So everything is designed in HTML. So we'll start with the very basics and we'll gradually see how we can create sophisticated, complicated, big web pages. So let us begin with what is HTML once again. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This is hypertext. The full form of HTML is Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is the standard markup language for creating web pages. This is standard markup language. Web pages are created in HTML. Web browser understands this. HTML describes the structure of web page. HTML describes, just now I added, how the web page will look like, how the structure of a web page will be, where the diagrams will be, where the text will be. This structure is designed using HTML. HTML consists a series of elements. Now, what are those elements? We'll see when we'll start programming. HTML HTML elements tell the browser how to display the content. वही एलिमेंट जो है HTML का जो कीवर्ड्स होता है, एलिमेंट्स होते हैं, टैग्स होते हैं, वो बताता है कि भाई कैसे काम होना है, कैसे चीजें दिखेंगी. HTML label pieces of contents such as this is heading, this is paragraph and log it. तो यही है. एक छोटा सा आप एग्जांपल देख लें HTML का, ये ऐसे लिखा जाता है यहाँ से. So let us make it ourselves. Using Notepad++ or even Notepad, you can make this. While making, you have to take care of few things. First, we write HTML. For making any HTML page, we simply start with writing HTML. HTML is a tag. Okay. So tag, what is tag? You will know more about tags as you will make more programs, more web pages. But for right now, just see here that this kind of things are known as tags. How we write tags? We simply write the angular bracket and we write something which is enclosed inside the angular bracket, and that thing or anything which is enclosed inside the angular bracket, we call them tags. This is one of the element of HTML. Now there are normally two types of tags. One is container tag and another is empty tag. So most of the tags are container tags. Now what are the differences between them? You will gradually understand, not just in the first class. So container tags are kind of containers. Look, let me make this like this. This shows the beginning of the container tag. This shows the end of the container tag. Now, what is a container? Let me make this point more clear with the help of a diagram. Suppose hmm, I have made this. This is one of the container. Okay. Let me erase this particular point. What I'm trying to make clear, I'm just trying to make what a container means. Okay. This is a container. Now this is a container which may have something in it. Okay. So look at this as the container tag. I mean, this is starting and this is end. So HTML is a container tag, and we need to write it in this way, HTML. Now inside HTML, we have more tags. And as I said, tags are of two types, container and empty tag. So, and most of the tags are container tag. So HTML tag is the major tag, you may say, or the major container, and everything else resides or stored in that big container. And HTML is a bigger container. Inside that, in that container, we put some small containers. And in those containers, we keep the things which are displayed over the web page. With the first example, things will become very clear. So just wait and watch. And we should normally put a tab button here. Tab. When you press tab button in the keyboard, that cursor will shift to little right side, and then we write what? Uh, Title tag is there. Okay. Let us copy the same program, then it will be easy for us to understand. Title tag is there. Title tag is further in head tag. One thing I'd like to tell you, HTML page has a head, like we have head, and we have body. The same way, HTML has also a head and a body. So title is the subcontainer of head. So we need to write first head, and let me make this in a little different way. Container tag has the beginning and the end also. Like HTML, it shows that HTML starts here and ends here, and everything else will be inside that. The same way, head tag is starting here and is ending here. Now, what does head tag contains? Since it is a container tag, so it must contain something. Yes, head tag normally contains title. Oh, yes. Then how? Then we should press one tab button, and then we should write the title. Now further, title is also a container tag. So it should also have the starting and ending like this. Okay. And everything, whatever we need to write as title, will be kept inside the title tag. So we can write anything like this is our first web page, like this, or you can write anything. So this is how you can also write. And the another way of writing is this also, you can also write like this. So it will look a little better. But both of the ways are okay. You may use any one. So head contains a title, and title contains this is our first web. This is a message, or this is an anything, any text you want, you can write your name or anything you can write. Now after head, body starts. Okay. And whatever thing you have to display in the web page are written in the body part. Now the same way, body is also a container tag, so it must have the start and the end. So in the beginning itself, you just write the start and end and put your cursor like this, and then you begin or you start writing. Otherwise, what happens? Sometimes you forget to write the ending tag and you just keep on finding where we are missing. So it's always good to write the starting and ending tag together and put the cursor in between them and just start writing. So the things will keep on working. So in the body tag, what we need to write? So in body tag, we need to write one more tag, H1. What is H1? H1 stands for heading 1. Slowly we'll learn about most of the tags. This HTML means using tags. So you need to have ideas of how many tags are there, how to use them all. So H1 is one of the tags. For all those who are new to it, they may find it, how will you remember, how will you know that H1 is a tag? So when you make HTML pages, gradually you learn these things, and that get into your mind and you remember it always. H1 till H6 are different type of headings are there. We are writing H1. Write anything like, just let us copy this. My first heading, okay, and close it. You can either close it this way also, or you can close it this way also. No problem. Both are all. This is also right. This was also right. If you're writing like this is also okay. So you may write AV anyway. But smaller tags we normally write like this way. Okay. When you're sure that this further is not going to keep anything inside it. Like we were knowing that in heading we have to put title, in body we have to do a lot of things. So we have written body or HTML or head like this way. But when we are sure that we are not further going to include anything inside that particular container tag, then we can write it in the same line also. In this case, title, in case of title tag also we have written in the inline, same line, and in H1 also we write it. Although we can write the other way also. H1 stands for heading. P tag is also there. P tag stands for paragraph. If you write any paragraph, my first paragraph. So you can write it like this. So always remember to end the tag. Okay, then it will be okay. So now see, this thing is complete. We have done it. Now till here it's okay. But after this starts the most important thing. The most important thing. Okay. Yes, what is that? Saving HTML is the most important part. If you will save it in a different way or in a wrong way, then what will happen? Then it will not work properly. If you will not save it in the proper way, it will not work properly. So saving is a sensitive task, especially in HTML. If you'll not save in a right way, it will not work. So what is the right way? I'm going to tell you this. So press Ctrl S for saving. Go to the right place or wherever we want to save it. In the last drive, let us make a folder, HTML, a folder where HTML files will keep. Control Shift N allows you to make a new folder. In the last drive, see, in the E drive, I pressed Control Shift N, a space came, and there I typed HTML and now pressed enter. I went into that folder. Now you can give any name, like page one dot. Now here is the main or the most important part. You always have to save your HTML files with the extension HTML. You give any file name, but you have to put a dot after the file name. Like I wanted to give a file name like page one, so I've given that name. Then I have to put a dot there and then HTML. This is must. This is must. If you'll not give HTML, it will not work properly. So why we need to give HTML? There is a reason behind. I'll tell you, but not now, but I'll tell you. Save it. Now see, as I saved, everything changed. All the tags or elements changed with blue color and all the text come in the other color. So this is how it happens. Now how to run it? Now after this, we have to go to that folder. We have saved it. Press Window plus E to open Windows Explorer. Window key is there in the keyboard. Plus E sign, E letter. Then this Windows Explorer get opened. Go to the last drive, and we have HTML. So look, this is page one. And in which browser it will get opened? Opera web browser. Why? Because Opera is set as the default browser. If you want to open, if you'll double click it, it will open in the Opera browser. But if you want to open in a different browser, then open with option maybe there. Yes, this is there. Now in this computer, lot of various browsers are there or the places are there where this kind of file can be opened. So better to open it in a Google Chrome. Can we try it? Or in Microsoft Edge also we can open, or in Opera, in any browser you can open. So let us try it in Microsoft Edge. So look at this. This is our first web page. Look at this section. Huh? This is the title. Now parallelly, I mean, you have to keep open this file, huh? And see, this is our first web page. It's coming here. This is our first web page. Why it is coming here? Because we have given this in the title part. That's why. Now this is title, so it came here. Now see the body, H1. My first heading. This is my first heading. It is a little bold. Little is a bolder. First heading is bolder, bigger. And P is paragraph. My first paragraph is appearing like a paragraph, and the body closed and the HTML closed. Only this much we have done in the first HTML. So it worked because we had given HTML as the extension. Now you can also see that if you'll not give HTML, then what happens? Okay, you may see it. And then you can just afterwards you can rename or do anything that you wish. Now, another important thing I'm going to tell you. Now change it. Now it is changed. I have written in place of that, I have written this. Huh? Now what? If you have made any change in the HTML source file, this is the HTML source file, okay? This is a source from where these things are happening, okay? Now, if we'll make any change in the source file, now it is changed. I have done this change. It will be not directly reflected here. ये भी इसमें reflect नहीं हो रहा है. So to reflect this change here, what we need to do? This is another important point. Note it. We need to first save this. Control S. You press Control S. If you will not press Control S, then things will not work. After making any change, and if you want to see those changes to be reflected here, you have to make the change in the source file. This is the source file, and keep the file open in the editor, any editor. You can use Notepad, Notepad Plus, or any other editor that you have. Press Control S. Now it is saved. Now go to this web browser. Let me restore it so that we could see both the things. Huh? Restore. How we are restored? Just see the video. From this button, we can maximize the restore. Huh? Now you can refresh. This is the refresh. Okay, press this button. See, now it has changed. Okay, the same text is there. Change it. X, Y, Z, A, B, C, or anything. You just write anything. But what you need to do, if you repress like this, it will not change. You need to first save it. Control S. Control S. Now this has been saved to the source file. Now every time we'll refresh, it will take the things from the source file. XYZ, ABCD, or anything. Okay. One more try. Press Control S. Come here. Press F5. F5 or Control R is the shortcut. F5, F1, F2, F5, which is the top of the keyboard. F5 is also there for refresh. This is a universal shortcut for refreshing. Or you can either press Control or R also to refresh it. Refreshing means what? It will take the contents from the source again. If anything is changed and anything is done, refresh means take the things from the source file again. Okay. Now let us see the difference between heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3. So for that, you just do one thing. Write H2. This is heading 2. And yes, always remember to close this. Now you can use copy paste also. Make it head 3. Here also just make a change so that it will look nice. Head 4. Till head 5 and head 6 it goes. Huh? We have made this change, save it, come to this and press F5 again. Look. First heading, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4. Look, the size is decreasing. So this is how we can make simple things or simple web page using HTML. So, dear students, please practice this first, and in our subsequent classes, we'll see more about it. So, thank you.